Hello everyone and welcome to Factorio. Had a little bit of a let me get desktop audio back. Had a little bit of an issue with my audio today on my voice recording. It was delayed a fair bit more than normal, a lot more than normal. And it actually looks like I'm peaking a little bit. I'm a little bit too loud, so let's dial that back a bit in Streamlabs OBS. Alright, so let's get to our stream save. After that delay of about at least 5 minutes. Migration complete, whatever. So last we left off on Friday. Today is Monday, May 20th as of this recording. When last we left off, I had gotten oil refining done. So I did all of this setup for oil and for plastic and for solid fuel with some lubricant. And I started setting up chlorine. So we're going to start off by continuing with this chlorine production and dealing with all of that. Then move on to getting floatation going. Don't currently have blue science for any other techs. I guess I could get military science, but meh. Now, I'm going to search for fluorite ore because fluorite ore has this ore sorting recipe. I think that this ore sorting recipe comes directly from Mad Clowns? Maybe? Just maybe? Interesting. Or it might just be from adamantite and sanguinate. Because what's interesting is that I think in normal angels, the only way you get fluorite is through fluoric wastewater. And the only way you get fluoric wastewater is givelite floatation to make the chunks. Which you then need hydrochloric acid only for infinite mining for givelite and the next step, which is leaching of givelite. So that's what you're stuck with. And I think you end up getting, like, having to overproduce givelite, but I could be wrong about this recipe. Alright, so this recipe just exists in standard angels, and that's going to just be how I get my fluorite when I get to the point of making those catalysts. So there's a big agenda for the day. I would like to get to blue science. And to get to blue science, I am going to complete this setup with the chlorine. I guess I need to do something with this chlorine. So where's my chemical plants? I want you to make... Oh, look, a use for the hydrogen. I want you to make me... So in the end, I will want some ferric chloride and hydrochloric acid. And I'm going to have to bring in iron ore, and if I'm going to bring in iron ore, I may as well bring in copper ore. I don't need any cupric chloride solution because the only processes, excuse me, that use cupric chloride solution is this ferrous anode sludge recipe, which this stuff is used to make ferrous crystals, which sorts into iron, manganese, nickel, cobalt, and chrome. I think it's one of the only ways to get chrome. Well, normally, without mad clowns, it's one of the only ways to get chrome. Yeah, because everything else is just through mad clowns adding that ability. But you don't need chrome. You don't need chrome. So I don't do anything with ferrous, so I'd never need the cupric chloride. I do, however, want to bring the iron and the copper ores on the bus. Now let's just have a look if I am making ferric chloride and hydrochloric. This needs 112.5 and this needs 45. So 157.5 per second. I have 2 of these. So that's producing 225. Huh. Interesting. 225 happens to be exactly a 1-to-1 for these. Yeah, 112.5, 112.5. That's exactly 1-to-1. Interesting. Very interesting. Which means... well, clearly one of these can feed 2 of these. So what I'm going to do is... what am I going to do? I'm going to want to have excess production of this anyway, so... I suppose I'll keep everything sorta separate. Give me Jack's tanks, because I'm going to want, again, to keep things sorta separate. Jack's that stuff, and... is that enough spacing? No, of course not. Alright, that's the ferric, that's the hydrochloric. Now, there's also calcium chloride, which I will eventually need, I think, for something or other. Oh look, ammonium chloride. I think I will need that again for something or other. and that's hydrogen chloride. So I do want to be overproducing on this hydrogen chloride by a fair amount. And now I actually have a use for hydrogen. So what I might want to do now is get hydrogen on the bus, because I definitely have plenty of it happening to be produced. That also means that I'll have to go through the effort of putting all this stuff behind overflow valves, but anyway, I think for the moment I'm stuck until I have the hydrogen taken care of. Also, the purified water, but I should have a... Do I have a line of purified water? I don't even have a line of purified water, do I? Well, alrighty then, so I'm going to be running hydrogen and purified water. Because that's another one of those things that I am currently voiding that I will need for this. Whoops, that was demolished. That shouldn't even be there. Here. Better. I've gone too far. Okay, let me take care of this stuff. These. So, first off, I need to grab my flare stacks. Start sticking this stuff behind overflow valves. Alright. Now I can run my hydrogen line. Because while not everything is being produced right now, because I am a bit backed up on the slag slurry, which is fine. I am perfectly fine with that. That means I have plenty of the regular catalysts. Alright, so now which line do I want to run? The question is, yes, these two are taken. In fact, they're close enough that I can run them back so that I know that they're taken. Okay, now hydrogen gets a line. Now I should just grab the car at this point, start racing my way down planting these pipe to grounds. Now, as long as I don't crash into any rocks along the way, this should be relatively simple. There happened to be a rock in the way of the pipe, which is the other issue. Okay, so there's hydrogen. I will, of course, connect hydrogen in. Now, do remember that this is, I'm pretty sure, precise spacing, so I don't need to worry about how this aligns. If I put my undergrounds here, I am guaranteed that they have proper spacing going down, even without using my little measuring belts. Now, instead of running another set up to this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this little thingy. I'm just going to do this. Now these three will require 168.75, so that's fine. I shouldn't have any issues with throughput there. Now the question is, how does this align? It doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that and move it one tile up. Excuse me. Instead, I'm going to move it one tile up so that it aligns. Do I have any biggins? Yes, I do. I have a biggin. Oh, and I guess I can go back to live there. Seriously? Connect! Now you just produce that gas. I want this gas. Do I have pumps on me? I do have pumps, but I don't have enough pumps, so give me more pumps. Pump that in. Then I need more thingies. Do I really want that like that? I think I had it right the first time. So then I can just now... Oh, of course. Of course it's off one tile. And if that's off a tile, that means this is probably also off a tile. Yep. I can just do that, and oof. Oh. Hello. They don't need to be spaced with a gap. Oh, yes, and then this will need, of course, some iron in. This needs purified water in. So that means that can't be there. Just gonna bring this all the way down. Give a place on the belt, on the bus, I should say, for it, and just grab my car. Head over to where I have some purified water, which I mean, that is producing purified water. I think that's exactly the spot. Yeah, this is the... What am I thinking? It's like, this is the purified water production right in here. And it's all connected here? All of it. Okay. So you get to be behind an overflow valve now. Now, it's not too far away, so I'm going to... No, not that tile, please. I'm going to run this down so that it does have a place on the bus. The fluid bus. But... I'm not going to run it up here when I can just as easily just... Alright, well, maybe not exactly here because of the hydrogen, but you get the point I'm trying to make. Alright, so welcome to the party, hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is used for the leaching process of crotinium in particular, as well as in the mining, infinite mining of crotinium. Now, hydrogen chloride gets used for a fair bit of stuff as well, but, which is why I am overproducing it. Also, can I just do this with the smalls? I'm thinking of just doing this with smalls, because with smalls I only need, like... Right. Then it's just... boom. You will be... this stuff. You will be... that stuff. And you will be that stuff. I think I need one more. No, what am I saying? This is fine. It should only be 6 decimal places. Or 6 values. Because this is 38,537. Looks a little strange, but it's just small. Just small and in sets of 2. Alright, so this stuff is being produced. So I'm on a... I guess a timer at this point on that stuff. So, what next? Next is bringing the iron ore and copper ore onto the main bus and busing it. So I guess next question is, how much red belt have I currently produced? Of course, I would hit the one power pole that is providing power to the rest of the base. Alright, so I have plenty of red belt. Plenty of red belt at this point in time. Yeah, I'll even take the splitters. I'll do a Shift C, make sure everything gets to moving, grab my car, make sure not to destroy another key power pole. Head out over here. So, say hello to my iron and my copper lines. This spot right here, I think, offers the best point of exit. And then I have to decide what belt lines will have this ore. So originally I was thinking that this would all be copper, or at least 2 of these would be copper. But at this point, I guess I'll have these two. I'll have this one be iron and this one be copper. What I think I was originally intending for these was like bricks, like clay bricks, like concrete bricks and reinforced concrete bricks. Just because we have the stone bricks here as well, we could have all the bricks together, but they're really only used for buildings. And do I really need to do a main bus line into a mall of those items? Or can they just get shipped to a centralized mall run by bots? So that's the thoughts on that thus far. Because, so if I use 2 of these and have an extra one for any other copper I may or may not need in future, otherwise I would have to go down here for this ore. And that would mean having to split it off here, run it over, down, and then over again. Which, I mean, I could split the copper off here to go that way, but then what do I do about the iron? So I think this is the more convenient location, because I can just split them off and run them over. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. Now, of course, I will do this from the destination to the source. Yeah, that's significantly better. Oh, hello, box. So... yeah, that works a heck of a lot better, I think. Now... alright, well, this is the obvious here. What I can do is that, so that I can do that. Oh god. No! Save me from my own stupidity. Bingo. That's what I intended. Granted, I must note that the production of this ferric chloride is not really going to be a big pull on this ore, and neither will the catalysts, for that matter, any red catalyst production that I do. I'm just going to copy this and have my bots deal with it. Yeah. Have my nanobots deal with it, I should say. Hello? Why bother having the nanobots if I'm not going to use them, right? Now, I'll note I am leaving my car behind by doing this way, so let's not do that, and also let's not... How about let's just not? Even? Yeah, that's better. Alright, car is even further back, okay. There's the car. Hallelujah. Didn't break it. Did not break it. This is fine. I can live with this. Not gonna live with that one, though. I'm pretty sure that the nanobots are getting everything. Until, of course, I run out of nanobot ammo, which might happen at some point or other. Just don't want to go too quickly. And it looks like I didn't miss a single one with those nanobots. Alright. Then it's just iron ore in with some inserters inserting. And we have non-zero. Uh-oh. That's not good. Not good. In the slightest. Need iron. Ore. Car. Not ore, but plates. Need iron plates. Need more. How about you, get on the correct track, but low enough so that you're not blocking stuff. Alright, give me that, and then give me these. It's about time I expand all this anyway. And if I do have trouble feeding it, I am technically making solid fuel. That could feed it. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. How much is in here? A lot. Now, is our problem a problem of too little fuel? No, it does not appear to be. So up we go. I am noticing that I will need... No! These. Upgrade planner, upgrade planner, upgrade planner here. And in this way, I can now actually stick the correct stuff down everywhere. And then I think I'm just needing those pipes there, and oh, wrong way. Alright, so please tell me this is being fed by two separate... Yes, this is. Okay. So this is, well, will be 80. Eventually. $80 Mark IIs. Don't think I need this many on the engines, though. I am 4 short on the engines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that's all the engines. Now I just need the boilers. So now will come the, shall we say, the difficult part. Alright, that should be everything. In fact, I don't even need to make any more of those. Now the hard part, which is, you know, feeding this nonsense. Because as you can clearly see, this is consuming rather quickly all the coal and coke that I'm throwing at it. And it looks like I'm actually probably consuming more coal down here than what I can even throw at this, so I need to be thinking about A, why I don't have a thingy up here yet. B, am I able to expand this any? It doesn't look like it. At least not with regular mining drills. Maybe I could add some of these. Where's the car? Up there. I just need to make sure that the coal that I am producing exceeds what I need. Alternatively, what I can do is just say, hey, this coal will exclusively feed power, and then I can train in coal from, like, over here or something. Just, like, pipe in water on a train line and set up coal elsewhere. Ooh, that's not... Oh, okay. That works. These work. These don't. That one doesn't, but these two do. I want to make sure that I get the most out of the infinite ores before attempting to rely on the non-infinites. And it looks like that's giving me a full yellow belt out. Oh, this one's not. Now, some of these underneath this one and this one, these two could be infinite, but... And then all of these could be infinite. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off, grab the wide areas, then do everything that is necessary. Good. That should help. What should also help let's get the car oriented. Alright, so that should be a full red belt's worth of potential throughput all the way up, provided I have enough input for it. Now I'm just going to get rid of all this gray belt nonsense coming all the way back. Yeah, I was just making sure that I didn't destroy anything. Out of the car. So that's yellow, but this is all still gray. Now I could use the upgrade planner for this, but why bother? Now this goes to the bus. Question is, how much of the bus is grays? Probably most of it. Yeah, I'm just gonna be leaving my car behind. It's just gonna be a waste of how much red belt I have for now. So I'm not gonna really bother anymore. I'm carrying around a whole bunch of this stuff. How about painting the world a little bit with this stuff? So I mentioned that it was about that time for floatation. So I need to make some decisions about floatation. Going forward, yeah. Okay. Moving on. So floatation. What I need to note in regards to floatation. If I go to resource refining, I'm going to need to make a bunch of floatation cells. Quite a few of them. I actually need more bricks. Where's my car? Where's the car? Car's way up here. Does the car show up on the mini-map? It's really hard to see, at least in this location. Am I officially out of nanobots? I think I am officially out of nanobots. That's... or at least not carrying around any. That's ever so slightly scary. I'm building them... where again? Where am I building those things exactly? Probably... yeah. So, floatation. Floatation is the easy part, honestly. The hard part will be the further refining through leaching, because that's going to actually require a bunch of stuff. So the ratios for this, it's 4 of these per crusher. Why did they not? Why are they not? Oh, because I don't have them equipped. That might be the reason. So, if I want to use the entire production of a single fully producing crusher, I will need 4 floatation cells. And fortunately enough, for leaching plants covers for flotation cells, so that's 1-to-1 for those. So it's 1, 4, 4, and then there's one more in the form of the ore refinery. That one is 2 ore refineries per 4 flotation, or per 4 leaching, per 4 flotation, per 1 crusher. And then that all feeds into 1 ore sorter. So what I'm going to do is just say this can all die. And this will officially be flotation. Several lines of flotation. Come on, nanobots, you can do the thing. I don't have the inventory for this. Get rid of those. So, flotation. We have 6, or yes, we have 6 main ore types. So therefore, we should have 6 sections of flotation. At the moment, only a single set of 4 for each should be fine. Maybe. Where are my flotations? My floaty cells, yes. Now these have an input and an output. I'm just going to point out that I won't need any space between these, so that's fine. I wonder if there we go. I didn't need this. Start up with sapphirite. So you'll notice, this produces wastewater. This produces sulfuric wastewater. So that is something very, very important to note. I also do want to align this properly, such that... Oh wow, that probably couldn't have been any better in spacing. That is actually perfect spacing. Wow. Well, alrighty then. Because it's spacing for 2 lines in. Oh, and I'm going to need more red belt. Isn't that lovely? I don't need to use red belt though. This can be yellow. And it's technically not spacing for 2, it's spacing for 4, but I'm only having the 2 there for now. Just that it looks decent, because I can put rails in between all of these and have it look at least somewhat nice. Actually, no. This is still... Is it off by 2? No. Looking here, there's 1, 2, and the one that... Oh, so there's 3. 2, 3, so... 4, that's 4 lines. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oops. So it is 1 / it's 2 off. So if I do that... Wait a second. Why? Yeah, that's right. Then why is this not? Aha. Because it's just inherently going to be like that. Alright. So this, for this spot, this should be like this. Because this spot is the 5. This is the 5 spacing. And this is a 4. So I guess it alternates 5, 4. But anyway, too much time spent on thinking about that. At the very least, I want to make sure that I am consistent going forward, though, and will absolutely kill off the idea of having an inconsistent gap. Which I guess is technically impossible. Anyway, I'm just going to do... No, I'm not. It's that. That. It's 4, 5, 6. I had exactly as many flotation cells as I needed. I have not enough undergrounds, though. So, you can see how all of these also require purified water in. Now, I have 16 total. 24 total. 6 times 4, yeah, 24 total. I need 450 purified water per second. I happen to be producing quite a bit of purified water, so I will pull that down and over to here. Now, granted, all of these need to be changed to their proper settings. Next one is Protinium. next one is Geolite. Yes, next one is Geolite. Then Rubite. And then Bobmonium. Now, I'm tempted to change this a little bit to keep the Bobmonium over here so that all of the sulfuric wastewater is together, but not going to particularly bother with that. Now, the sulfuric wastewater is great because I can bust that over and start making sulfuric acid. The fluoric wastewater is fine, so that I can make some fluorine to start some non-zero amount of hydrofluoric acid. The chloric wastewater gives me saline water, which, again, I can use to make more chlorine. The nitric water, though, only makes mineralized water, which I'm just going to clarify this one. So this one will get clarified. The rest, the overflow will get clarified. Otherwise, I need a second line here. Because as I was just looking at stuff, I remembered / realized flotation has another complication to it. So while you don't have to worry about getting some weird fluids or acids in, you do have to worry about getting certain things out. So there are these geodes that get produced through flotation. The geodes really only serve they serve two purposes, one of which is actually incredibly important for later, but they're both actually really important. I'm just going back to get some undergrounds from the pipe production. That one's not even needed anymore. No, nor is that one. So the geodes will be used to crush. And when you crush them, you'll get... you can actually convert them into slurry. I say crush, but I mean liquefy. Liquefy in a liquefier. Make them into slurry. Do all the wonderful and glorious things with the slurry. You can make different ores out of them, of gemstones. That's how you get gems. But the thing is, these geodes, for one, there's like 6 different types of geodes. If I go to somewhere here, there's 6 different types of geodes that you can convert into crystal slurry. They all can convert into crystal slurry. Just add sulfuric acid. Just like the slag. You could also crush them all into a singular item that you can then convert into crystal slurry. You do lose some efficiency in this process if you convert them into this crystal dust. You definitely lose some crystal slurry overall versus just liquefying them as is. There's also eventually crystallization, which I don't think I currently have. Where? Huh. Where would it be? No, that's not it. Ah, right here. With this, you take crystal catalyst and crystal seedling, and you can get ore out of it. You just get a individual ore out of it. There's likely some method of getting random types from I guess sorting the crystal dust to give you random gemstones, but I like the individual gemstone sorting. That is what matters most. Oh god, I don't have a replacement for you. I don't have the copper plates for the replacement for you. Also running out of medium poles, for that matter. Alright, please replace that. Thank you. So, my point is, I'm going to want to centralize the processing of geodes, and I am not going to be centralizing that processing here. Alternatively, I could void them. Well, I could void them, I could ship them, I could process them here. Maybe I just should process them here, at least into coal dust, and then I'm able to, or not coal dust, but you get what I mean, the crystal dust, and then work with that out here. Because if I just do the crystal dust, it's a just a singular crusher on the end of these lines. This crushes. But then I also have to deal with even more crushed stone. I guess that's the trade-off in this, is it's giving you some crushed stone at the cost of crystal slurry at the end of things. So this produces the light green. This produces the purple. This produces the cyan. Cyan is a pretty color. And then this would produce the red. Which would mean I'd also have to sort it, too. That sort of sucks. Just going to work on setting this up. Now, I might actually use filter inserters on all of these. Set one to long and have it as crust stone out. Excuse me. Crushed stone out. Now the one at the bottom will, of course, vary. Well, no, the one at the bottom is always going to be the crystal dust, so I don't know why I would even bother not doing this. Yeah, just do it like this. Then copy and, whoa, said copy. Said copy and paste. Delete and paste. And delete and paste. This way I just have to then combine the stuff into the line going to stone. Because ultimately this just goes right to stone and a little bit of slag slurry at the end. Alright, so now, what I also have to do is run the crushed like this. So all of the crushed lines will have to be brought over this way. And for the ones on the end like this, that should be fine. I need more red belts, or I just need to pull my other belts, which I should have plenty of. Just grab yellows and use these. Oops. Go, gadget nanobots. Now, hold up. Why is that one there? Is there a reason why there's a gap? I don't know. Don't know. But, that's gonna get fixed right here. Oh, hello. Alright, so now things are gonna start getting ever so slightly more complicated. Alright, so that's that one, and then... Oh, am I now out of yellow? Oh, noes! Now I have to go back. Where's my car? There. Painting the world. Whoop. Grab the car. Alright, back for belts. Please don't break too much on the way back. Okay, you. Ugh, I need a crap chest. I think that should be fine. Maybe. Yeah, that should be okay. More. How much will I destroy on my way back? Find out soon. That was one thing destroyed. Alright. I wanted to just park the car there. And then this line is the crushed saf. Steer. Sorry, not saf. This is saf. Speaking of saf, this line officially ends. So all of these lines will end with floatation. However, I think you can see where I'm going to start running into issues because I'm going to have 6 lines out of floated products and then 6 lines out of leached products. I don't think do I necessarily need to use all 6 of these at the moment. In particular, I need the sapphirite and bobmonium. Sapphirite, bobmonium, that adds rubite, that adds givelite, that adds steratite. There's no item that uses crotinium chunks besides stuff that I'm not going to use. So no crotinium. That's fine. But still, 5 flotations out. 5 chunks out is interesting. So all of these are going to need filter inserters, and they're all going to be unique, which sucks because this means everything has to be done by hand. At least for the first... Oops, that was X, not C. And of course this will end up putting everything on the same side of the belt, so... The hell did I just do? Oh. I was holding control instead of shift. That should work. Now it's going to be the same thing, but different stuff on each of these. So that's going to output this one, and that one. Then in. Oh, really? This didn't have some stuff. Alright. Now I'm going to set up the crotinium one, even though I know that it isn't needed per se. Oh, and then don't forget, shift N on those. Givelite next. Givelite and purple geodes. Then near. 2 more. This is the tedious part. Oh, I am out of filter inserters. That is a shame. Well, back in the car. Or can I just craft some? Nope. Nope. Also, the hell? The hell is this? Why can't I? Oh. There. Die. Really? I was like, quickly, get across the train tracks before the train comes! I'll note that this is one way to upgrade all of my pipes, by the way. Just destroy the old. Destroy all of the old pipes. Copper plates. Because of course. As I said, it's one way to upgrade your pipes. One of these days I'm just gonna get slammed by a train going across the tracks. One of these days. Okay, then it's N. Last one, bobmonium and red. Pretty sure I did not say Control X. I'm pretty sure I went to C, but meh, happens. And it's been an hour. You may have noticed I set the autosave frequency to be a lot lower than it was. It is at an hour, because as it turns out, the more of the map that you reveal, the longer it takes to save. I don't know, I don't really get exactly why that is the case, or why that has to be the case, but it's the case. So I'll go with it. Next step to leave the line is the Cryptinium. Then the Givelite, which again is rather convenient. Whoops, that's one off. Then Rubite, which is the bottom. What? And there we go. that is all the inputs taken care of for all of these. And I am just now noticing that it is well beyond the time that I usually take my break by about nearly 15 minutes at this point. It's 13 minutes over, so I'm going to, now that I have all the inputs in, take the break. It is increasingly looking like I will not be getting to blue science today. That's rather unfortunate. I might just try to blitz it, just not even bother fully completing all 6 of these, and just focus on what I need for the silicon and the silicon processing. I mean, it's a long process before I can get the white circuits to get to the blue science, because the white circuits need silicon wafers, which needs monosilicon, which needs ultimately metallurgy of silicon ore, which is going to take sapphirite and bobmonium chunks, which is going to need crystal slurry. Yeah, so I have to set up the crystal slurry stuff and the crystal catalysts, and I have to get the catalysts over to where I'm doing the ore sorting for the silicon, and I have to run the silicon and do all that. But I'll be talking about that during the break, and I will be back soon. And welcome back from the break, everyone. It is 2 minutes past 1, so this segment will be not quite a full hour long. Just gonna paint the world a little bit. So I think what I have decided is I'm going to attempt to just rush forward. And now what will that ultimately mean, this rushing forward? Well, it means that I am going to get only that which I need for producing the items that I need to produce. I'm gonna have this like this. So I'm needing silicon. So I will produce silicon. Really? Do I really have to do this way? I guess so. Anyway, and that's facing the wrong direction too. Wait a minute. Oh, that's wrong. Now what? Oh. Better. Right, purified water. In. That's rather important. So I need to at least hook up this and Givelite, but not Givelite, but bobmonium, but while I'm at it, I may as well hook up everything, because the bobmonium's all the way down at the end. That's unfortunate. Okay. Get all this marked. Now I'm just going to walk this back. Not going to take the car. Just because I think this will get a little tiny bit complicated further down. Oh, that was close to messing me up. Okay, I'll do this here. Now I have to remember which one of these is water. Purified water. Oh boy, that doesn't help. This is purified water, which is this line, which is the one directly under oh, I need more undergrounds. Need these. Okay, undergrounds. I need my undergrounds. Come here, you. That just used most of those, didn't it? Yep. Off I go. I could use the car for this, actually. But, sometimes you should just walk and, remember why you use the car. Also need to, do something similar with the sulfuric wastewater. Yeah, that stuff. Fortunately enough, the sapphirite and the bobmonium both produce the same waste product. So I do not have to worry about having to bring 2 more lines down, just the one for the sulfuric wastewater. Jeez, how far down is this? It's almost making me want to just make another car. Can I even make another car? Yeah, I can. Alright, that hooks water up here. Car number 2. Filled with... Do I not? There. Solid fuel. Zoom zoom! Take me away. Take me away so that I can then get a line for sulfuric wastewater going. Speaking of which, I have to run that line. From here. I braked. If I hadn't have braked, I would have broken all of the things. Alright, so as before. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is highly unfortunate. I guess I'll do this up from here. Oh, hello. Let's see exactly how much trouble I run into with running this line. That's 2 spots already that I'm running into trouble with. Maybe I should zoom out a little bit. Watch for oncoming trains. I have a car over here sitting somewhere. Aha! Hello. It is producing stuff. Car, you are in my way. So, I guess technically you are also good stuff. The rest is all different. Then we get here. Then I need to get you all wired up. Not really going to bother wiring up anything else for the moment. Just going to make sure I am floating those things. Now, that should get the rest of these moving. Yes, they are moving, but I now have to do something with this crystal dust. Now, the crystal dust, I'm uncertain about what I want to do with the crystal dust. What I'll do is I will this will be an input. Whoops. That's not what I need. Guess I shouldn't have just... guess I shouldn't have gone down one there. Oh well. Ugh. I can adjust later. Basically, this is just going to come in here. Wherever I have it. And slurify. So that's what will happen with the crystal dust. It'll make a fine slurry. I'll have to do something with that slurry, but for now, it at least should give a bit of a buffer. And then let's not forget, I need to do the exact same thing down here. Or I will need to run this stuff. Oh no. Oh noes. I see a problem. I am out of undergrounds. Belts. So much stuff and things to weave around. So many stuffs and things. Oops. Stupid belts! Oh, that's a clarifier. Oops. I'll be needing a few of these anyway. Let's craft some of these. Hello? There you go. Really? It's apparently not the first time I've done that to one of those. Okay, undergrounds. Dang it. I guess that'll have to work for now. All of this will adjust as time goes on. remember that is how that gets in there. Alright, so that should be that stuff being dealt with. I now have the chunks that I need. Now I need... Oddly enough, now I need the, catalysts. And hey, guess what I'm making? Right down here. Yeah, I'm making the crystal slurry. But I'm not making enough of it. And it is a bit awkward in that I think you use more than you can possibly produce off of flotation than what you need for the crystal catalysts. So what I'm going to do is I'm leaving that car behind so that I can grab this car, maybe? Use this one to run down the bus. I'm going to need some washing plants. This is not a good spot to be in. I need to get up so that I can grab some iron, so I can grab some more washing plants, and then more steel. And usual. I'll likely also need to run another water line. Well, a viscous water line. Actually, why don't I just do that? Water and viscous water. Well, water itself, I'm not certain how much this is being sucked up. Looks like quite a bit of it, actually. On this water, so that won't be able to handle too much more. I have another dedicated line of water up here that's feeding into purified water. The seafloor pump here is what I'm going to extend. It's getting water from that line that needs a little help. Now the thing about the pipe throughput is that I can assist with the low pressure here by putting the output of another pump not at the beginning of the line, but towards the end. Now, which of these is the one that goes off and down to the bus? This one goes to the bus. And also off in various locations. So this is the one that will be losing some pressure at the further you get down. So the further down I put, or I attach this extra line, the more pressure at the line I'll have, but I won't be able to fully utilize that 1200 per second by doing that from the offshore pump. So what I'm going to do is, where is it? Again? Wait, what are you? Oil boiler. Okay. Where's the thing? Thingy? I know I'm blind. There. I apparently have a bunch. I think in this situation, the best course of action is just run a second pipe of water. Of course, that's not enough reach. Ugh. This should be pretty exact on the spacing. So, what I'm going to be doing is washing for geodes. This process will get me pretty much as many crystal catalysts as I want, and it'll actually get me, technically speaking, as many mineral catalysts as I want as well, because you're basically converting water into catalysts, which is fantastic. Now I just have to find this one. I'll drive backwards, sure. Why not? I'll just drive backwards and run out of undergrounds on the way. Well, good thing I'm in my car. My pipes be here. Really? Why? Excuse me, Beagle Snap? You need to work with me, not against me. Now I'm pulling the viscous water line over because currently I am only using one building on the viscous mud water, and a single seafloor pump can produce enough mud water to feed a lot more than one machine. So, washing plants. Heavy mud water. one of these uses 200 viscous mud water every 5 seconds, or here, as you can see, 90 per second after taking crafting time into consideration. So 90 per second produces 90 heavy mud water per second. Geodes uses 18 per second. So I am producing 90. I will use 18. That is 5 washing plants. Excuse me as I hit the thingy. 5 washing plants. Now, the way I think I would rather have this organized is this way. Just so that this line is lined up well. I do need to get water in, of course, on all of these. But the amount of water I need is minuscule. Being perfectly honest. Yeah, I can do it this way, so I'll do it this way. Oh. That'll be water in, and this will be viscous mud water in. Now the thing about these pipes, I don't need to worry about the spacing, because the spacing, it just works. Spacing just works. That's viscous mud water in. So it's just a matter of turning the lights on and dealing with the products. Now, do I have these? Do I have a spot for these? I do. Can I make more of these? I can. So what I'm just going to do is a little trickery. Ugh. Why do you not have to line up well? Alright, so that takes care of the mud. But I'm gonna have a heck of a lot of geodes to deal with. Which, as I've said, is a good thing. So this is full. Excellent. This is filling. This is empty? What is... Oh, the bottleneck's chlorine. Isn't it? Yes. Wait. Oh, and this one's... Derpicus Maximus. Alright. It's fixed! But I am also still limited on chlorine. Which, this is limited by my saline water, which... yeah, you need white and brass and aluminium and... Yeah, you need lots of stuff where you can properly set this up. Which, that's gonna be... interesting. Let's just say it's a good thing that I've put so much space devoted into this, so much width on the bus devoted specifically for chlorine and such. Okay. Why... Water. Welcome water to the party. So, I have a bunch of geodes. I am going to need loaders. Like, this is not even going to be optional. It's like this is required to have loaders. Now, there are a few ways I could do this. In the past, I think I just actually loaded chests and did this with bots, but anyway. I need to sort these somehow and figure out or decide, am I going to crush them all into dust and then slurify the dust? Well, that's, as I have said before, that's not particularly efficient. Now, I think if I'm going through the effort of doing this process, I may as well be somewhat efficient about it. So that means I am actually going to need more liquefier Mark IIs. Which means more iron and more steel. So how about copying... I'm not using this center line right now, but it's giving me easier access to my iron plates and steel plates. Now, I'm going to need quite a few liquefiers. And I'm also going to, of course, need to run the sulfuric acid over. This is going to be a rather strong pull on the sulfuric acid front. Fortunately, my sulfuric acid should be close by. Well, I say close by, but it's on the whole opposite end of the oil refining and the gas refining. There it is, sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is that one thing that just is used in so many different processes in Angels and Bobs. It's just used in so very much. It's even used to make the other acids that you need, which is nuts. So as the thingies are crafting, I now have the sulfuric acid line coming on out. Now, I think at the start of this, let's have two of each. Alright, well, first off, I need to get everything out. Remember that the yellow loaders output at the speed of a yellow belt. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this. Now, right now, this is all just one of the colors, but it'll offload all of them eventually. I'm going to start with blue. Go down a little bit. Just to leave room, just in case. And this will be something else. May as well put the inserters in. And there are, of course, going to be 6 of these. One for each color. So if that was blue, then that one, then that one, then that one. Now, you could do this to ratio, but I want to design it in such a way that it can handle all of them, shall we say. I'm actually going to shift this back a little bit so that I can do that and that. This will need the blue geodes on that side. This will be those. This will be these, and red, and yellow. Ha! Yellow all the way down at the end. Now, I don't need to use a splitter at the end, but if, for example, I had a second line of geodes to process, well, that would mean that I could easily run a second line with just this single set of well, no, I couldn't, actually, but it makes it easier, shall we say, to run a second line through. Now I just have to find wherever the heck. Looks like I have to do this again. Hope I have enough resources. Whoops. And remember, this will scale vertically. It may take a lot of horizontal space, but this scales vertically upwards. And what I can do then is run my sulfuric acid here. Have to, of course, get it up to the next line somehow, so this will be done arbitrarily here. This has to be done somewhere. And then this will arbitrarily be that point where it's going to be this stuff out. So crystal slurry out. Then I will have to process the crystal slurry into other things. And that will be done through filtering with filtration units. And I suppose I'll need a couple crystallizers for the catalysts. This slurry is not going to be on the bus. I will run it separately to the filtration area. Okay, yeah, I am definitely not getting to even circuits today, I think. I gave it the try. I tried and failed. Fortunately, with this spacing, it's pretty easy on the power. Granted, I'm not doing anything with the slurry, so it's just going to fill up on slurry for now. I should probably use stack inserters instead, but we shall see. So yeah, the slurry is just going to fill all the pipes. And as you can clearly see, it's a rainbow, but also it will produce a lot more geodes than I will need for the moment. Which is fine. That's fine. If I don't need more, I don't need more. What I do need more is my little sidewalk. It's my sidewalk. I need more sidewalk. Okay. Now, I suppose I could try to look at how much is going to be consumed by these and sort of calculate how many I need, but when it comes to this whole process, I don't really need to be exact. Alright, I need some steel. Glorious steel. Here, just do that for me, please. Grab steel on the way by. Because I sort of want at least 6 filtration units. I should be carrying some assembling machines, so that's fine. I need to bring the coal line down. I can make some coal filters. So I will make them. Remember, these are sets of 5. So I'm making a lot of them. And of course I will need a lane on the bus for crystal catalysts out. Alternatively, I can just run the floatation stuff out. on the bus and do my ore sorting on the bus, I mean, that would give me a place for it. That would give me a spot for it. It's a lot of belt, but I have the production for a lot of belt. So it might be fine. Ooh, it's dark. It is dark! So very scary and dark. Okay, start with the assembling machines. This'll be coal in. This'll be the, like, loop that goes up. I'll need purified water, too. And a way to deal with the byproducts. So grab the filtration unit, 2 away. You will be doing... Now, note, I could do straight to mineral sludge from crystal slurry. And that's perfectly fine. I could do that. In fact, that gives me infinite amounts of this stuff. Infinite amounts of mineral sludge for infinite amounts of the mineral catalysts. Without even needing to do that other process with slag, and I could just remove the whole setup of all those electrolyzers. I won't necessarily need them for slag. I could move them over to better processes to produce oxygen and hydrogen. But for now, I will be doing this process, which will produce sulfuric wastewater. Oh boy, where have we seen you before? There's definitely not going to be a lack of sulfuric wastewater at any point. And then, as you can also plainly see, this will require purified water in. Now I have 6 of these, so I need 150 purified water per second to perform this production. And of course I also need the inserters to insert. And they can be long. Now, I just have to think about how this is operating. So, when I make coal filters here, I will be putting the coal filters on the inside line, on the inside lane, and this will be sending out the empty filters on the outside lane. So the used filters will be on the outside, and the coal filters will be on the inside. So this is very intentional how I have this currently set up. I just need some coal in, and for this I likely will need to have my little measuring stick. Guess you can call it a measuring stick. And this one's actually pretty convenient because it's just the length I need. Then the power poles will go in this gap. Then it's just a Shift C to send all those coal filters in. And then it's just a matter of inputs. Coming to a third tier near you. How far back is the purified water? Because that one's next. Here's purified. Three more minutes in the stream. I think that I'm gonna start reviewing what I got done today, which it doesn't necessarily feel like a lot, but it's a lot more than it seems, I hope. So I set up floatation. That was the sort of big thing that I have set up today. So I came over here and I started setting this all up. So that was rather major. Also, expanded power to the current max and increased the amount of mining being done out there. I've also worked more out here, and I'm just gonna put down a radar. Just that I can see everything. I expanded this all to start making hydrochloric acid and ferric chloride, so now I'm producing those, so I finished what I started last time. And I also am pooping rainbows to produce some crystal slurry that is now officially being made into crystal seedling, which in these final moments I am going to take a crystallizer or two and set them up right in here to make crystal catalysts. And this will be brought down here. Let there be power. This actually needs to be stack inserters inside, and I am officially making crystal catalysts. So, at it being 2 o'clock now, I would like to thank you all for watching. It's been a Taco Show, but we made some progress today getting these crystal catalysts set up and getting flotation set up. I am making chunks of sapphirite and bobmonium, so now I can officially start next time with making silicon ore, individual ore sorting of silicon ore, followed by the metallurgy of said silicon ore, followed by the electronic circuit production, electronic circuit board, and electronic circuits, and then blue science production, because I have everything I need at that point for blue science. I also technically have everything I need once I get blue science to start doing the modules, because once I get blue science, I can get the text that I need to make modules, and not just any modules, but higher tier modules. It'll also involve having to do things like gold ore sorting, which I'm pretty sure will also require um, leaching of certain things. At least I think it requires leaching products for gold, maybe. But yeah, there'll be additional ores that we can do individual ore sorting for that will require the next phase of stuff, which that next phase of leaching is going to require acids, some of which we aren't currently producing. So I'm going to start getting the remainder of the ore sorting that we can do now with our chunks done, because that will allow us to, in particular, get fluorine or fluorite to make hydrofluoric acid. We are making hydrochloric acid, and I will need to work on nitric acid, which nitric acid will require catalytic, like mineral. It'll require blue catalysts, if I'm not mistaken, or green, or I think it's green. I think it's green. But yeah, it'll require one of the ore catalysts when I get to it. But anyway, for now, thank you all for watching. Tomorrow will be Pyanodons, the continuation of the Pyanodons playthrough. I will be back with more angels on Wednesday. I hope to see you all then.